Here, cows die from a disease called Blackleg's disease, which kills quickly and ruthlessly. However, there are vaccines created to combat this lethal disease. Hello, my name is Evan Sigel. I'm a senior in the biology program at Mount Aloysius College and will be furthering my education in PT school after I graduate in the spring. For my research project, I will be presenting on the effects of blackleg disease on calves that are unvaccinated and calves that receive a single dose of blackleg vaccine. This is important to me because I myself am a third generation beef farmer. In the past few years have had this disease show up on my farm with the loss of cattle. This is important as it allows us to see how the disease affects cattle when unvaccinated and on the initial vaccine with no booster. It is also important as when farmers have many cattle, it can be difficult to vaccinate every single one. So if there is a way to vaccinate better or not at all, it would benefit the farmer. Doing this, they attempt to see how effective the vaccine is when used compared to no vaccine, as well as how effective a calf can recover from the disease. Some background information on Blackleg disease. It comes from anaerobic spore-forming bacterium found in soil. The bacterium can travel by flooding, heavy rain, or excavation. Symptoms of blackleg disease include lameness, fever, muscle swelling that causes cracking in the skin due to gas buildup seen here. It can only take for about 12 to 48 hours for the cow to die due to the disease once symptoms are present. This disease is common in cattle 6 months to 2 years old and has relatively low cost to treat unless you face the death of the cattle. The typical treatment for the disease is a vaccine with a booster shot done 30 days after the initial. When treating a sick calf that is already showing symptoms, the treatment is a high dose of penicillin intravenously, but has limited success in saving cattle. Blackleg disease can be costly to the beef market. If a farmer has no idea that the disease has spread to their farm, then they can lose numerous cattle before realizing what the cause is. This is the most costly part. It is common in calves, which can cost between $800 and $1,600 with the varying changes in the beef market. Once they figure out the cause, the vaccine only costs between $12 to $200 depending on the size of the vaccine bottle bought. This is important to anyone who eats meat, as when the farmers have to spend more to raise healthy cattle, they will also have to raise their selling prices. Being able to learn if there is cheaper and more effective ways to vaccinate cattle will lower the cost of beef anywhere the disease is present. The methods of the study were done by taking 4 separate groups of cattle with various numbers in each group that were vaccinated or not. Depending on the group, groups 2 and 4 were both vaccinated at 4 months of age, with group 2 being vaccinated again 4 months later. These groups did not have any calves develop blackleg disease. Group 1 had received the first dose of the vaccination, but no booster, and had 12 of the 119 in the group develop blackleg disease. Group 3 only had 12 calves and did not receive the vaccine at all, and 2 developed the disease. These results show that the disease was only able to be present in calves that had no vaccine or booster. This leads to having both the vaccine and booster for the best result of no disease. The study then states that they treated 5 cattle, 4 from group 1 and 1 from group 3, with all of the treated from group 1 of the cattle surviving and the 1 calf from group 3 passing away even though it received treatment. The 10 cattle from the other groups that went untreated all died from the disease. The results show that the vaccine and booster allows for immunization of the calves, while only using the booster limits the infection rate. When no vaccine is used, the calves had a higher percentage of being infected by 16%. We can presume that there would have been more infected if there were more calves in the group, as there were only 12. The study results also show the effectiveness of treatment for infected calves. When treating the calves of group 1, all 4 that were treated recovered. However, when treating the calf from group 3, it had passed, but it was already in an advanced stage of the disease. This shows that the timing of treatment is important to the survival of all of the calves. The treatment for the calves that survived had to be continued for 7 days to prevent any relapses in the disease. Finally, the results show that when only using the initial dose of the vaccine with no booster prevents the ability for complete immunity to the disease, as well as when treating the infected calves, the start time for treatment is important for the recovery of the calves. Starting too late could lead to death. Future research could include having cows that are older trial no booster shot to see if after a certain age they're okay to receive just the initial vaccine. This would benefit farmers so that they would be able to save money in the future and understand when the vaccinations need to be done. Thank you.